It's week 4 of the NFL, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Chargers and the Falcons, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Fowler. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. The numbers for Pitts in that game a week ago. 4 catches, 55 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit. And this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
To throw on 2nd down. Fowler. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Mike spot 4. So we got man. 54's Mike.
Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. The numbers for him from a week ago. 6 catches, 69 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Let's go. Come on. Run to the ball. We got time.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Going to throw right side here, complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken a 1st quarter lead. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, Those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken in at the 3. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. Looking to throw. Fowler. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
54. It's now 2nd and 6. At the 14-yard line.
19 tight.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Tackles.
Herbert throwing again. Throw left side, take it in by McKinney. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Take it in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start on the ground with Mack. And some room to work. Oh, some strong running. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action. The Falcons with the football. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
I'm here all day.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
That's it, baby.
Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fowler. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 3rd down, Fowler. Buying time to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Back to throw. Fowler. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how.
This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays, and the Falcons score to cap it off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Mike, 45. Here we go, here we go. Check,
25, check 25.
Switch, Mike.
On first down, it's Herbert. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Now it's Herbert. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Fowler dumps this one off to Mack. And he'll be out right at the 35.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space, because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Again, he'll drop to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. To throw on 2nd down. Fowler flushed out right. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Holding offense.
Cannot do that.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
Hey, check, go.
Looking to throw. Fowler. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe, because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You got it.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
There we go, baby. I know what's up.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaims center stage. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. Herbert. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. 1 second, all that remains. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we now proceed to the start of the second half.
We're just about set to get back to it. Both teams making their final adjustments, and we'll head back to Atlanta and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. So here are the Chargers to take over. They were winners last week, defeating the Raiders, and right now they're in the driver's seat here as they start off 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. And this is incomplete. Austin Eckler, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. Steps away to his left. Herbert has it knocked free. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And that is incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a two-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the offense as they take over. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 55. Mike 55.
They go right back to Mack. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third.
Mike 9. Mike 9. Let's go.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. L.A. set to take over again on offense. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Jeffrey Simmons, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Chargers.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch.
Herbert on first down now. Flush to his right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Herbert off of play action. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Falcons are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On the handoff, running left, Marlon Mack. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's Mack to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Back to throw. Fowler. The left side, it's Dorsett. And he's going to have a Falcons first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
They'll run on first down. Mack showed off the juke, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Back now here on EA Sports, and that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. You can't block me.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fowler escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are an extra point away from having the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Charger drive about to get going. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. And the offense moving quickly to the line. From the 35 on 2nd down. Herbert eluding the pressure right. He'll get this to Eckler. The 20. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chargers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. They're going to try and run. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
Marlon Mack now heading back out there. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
All day, every day, any day.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, and it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Let's go.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Eckler is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Eckler again, hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we...
Oh, into a sea of defenders have intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And he'll be marked down at the 2-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they begin in a glorious spot, to say the least. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Man, it's good to see you.
Austin Eckler with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This to the outside for Mack. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Fowler. They'll run the screen with Mack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll look to throw again. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to throw again. He dumps this off to Mack. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 38-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Fowler. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Flushed out right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Dumps this one off to Mack. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Marlon Mack, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. That's caught, but he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Got you.
Herbert now to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Falcons are right back in this football game. Well, my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for the Chargers, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.